Good evening and welcome. Welcome to something different. As you saw by the title, this is going to be an album review. It's been a long time since I've touched music, but at the same point in time, I thought, I'm a reviewer. I love my music. You can see it all around me. I really like my metal music, and, well, what better place to start than Ministry? Jesus. Yeah, I'm starting off with the latest Ministry album. I've got a lot to say about this, so stay with me. My format is usually I break down the songs, and then I give my overall thought, and then I give a rating. And yes, I'm going back to the rating system again. So, that being said, grab a beer, grab a drink, grab whatever you can, because we're going to get into moral hygiene. So there's 10 songs on this album, and the flow, I'll give it this much. It goes really well with all the songs. There's a very constant and very smooth transition from song to song that I do really like, and that kind of helps make this album go quickly. Now, is that a good thing? Yeah, it can be. But at the same point in time, it's one of those ones where it could work and it might not. Now, Ministry is well known for their political songs, their environmental songs, their songs about anything that comes up. And the last 18 months that we've had is not short of everything that has been tossed at us between political, environmental, and, the thing that's going on right now, 19 months into the making. So it was only natural for Ministry to actually come up with yet another album. Though I think we probably would have been okay without it. Let's break this down, shall we? The way Ministry does their albums, you get those sound bites, you get the guitar work, you get the heavy riffs, you get the beautiful drums that they used to do, and you also get the voice, the vocals you cannot mistake with the echoing and everything else like that. This is pretty much what that has to a degree. Again, I've got mixed emotions about this album, and I am a big Ministry fan. I have been a big Ministry fan for many, many years. So, yeah, when I first heard it come out, there were some of the singles that were really good. I really enjoyed it. It sounded like Ministry. It sounded like they were back. It sounded like they actually kind of erased the last couple of albums and shoved them under the rug. I'm looking at you, Americant. But at the same point in time, I was a little nervous. Like everybody else around here, we were all a little nervous. Starting off with Alert Level, the first song that they have, it was actually brought out as one of their singles to promote the album, and it actually got me thinking that this is going to be a decent Ministry album. Decent for what it's been in the past.
How concerned are you?
And I actually really enjoyed it. It was a song that pretty much was spot on from the old Ministry. So, would it actually help with this album? So far, so good. I'm okay. This is actually not that bad. As a Ministry fan, I was hopeful. And then the first few seconds of Good Trouble, the second song in the album, I got thinking they're reusing a lot of sound bites. Or at least a couple of them. There's one that sounded like it was from the older albums. I can't remember which song, but you kind of had that, hey, I've heard this before. And then the harmonica that they brought into it. I've definitely heard that one before in one of the other songs. I really wish I could remember which one it was, but Ministry's come out with a lot of songs and I can't remember it all at the same time. So by the time my brain got through which songs those were coming from and which songs they've been used before, the song was over. I had to give this quite a few listens because, well, I pretty much needed to know what exactly the song was like. And after listening to it, it was a decent song. Like, I really did like the fact that they came up with this song. Being able to sit there and have it speed up, ignoring the fact that the harmonica was bugging me for which song they've used this soundbite before, it actually had a good meaning behind it. It was really well done, really just sort of a very powerful song from what I heard. And it just made me think, you know, again, we've got hope in this album. This whole thing is right there. It's Ministry, it's in your face, and they're not backing down. So I thought. And then third song kicks in. Sabotage's Sex. You have this great tune without Al singing. All right, let's you know what? Whatever. I can work with this. He's had guests on his previous albums, but damn, this was good. Holy mackerel, this actually had some beef to it. It actually had some power. The vocals were bang on. You could tell that there was a lot of passion within this song and within the guest singer, which was Jello Bifara? I'm sorry, I'm horrible with names. But wow, that song is actually one of the best songs on the album, and it is really well done. And just like you're sitting there listening to these lyrics, and I mean one of the lyrics in there is this one right here. Oh my, like that is a gorgeous song. I was hopeful. I'm getting more. I'm getting more of what I want out of this Ministry album. So let's plug on. Now jumping over to Disinformation, my hope started to fade. I was hopeful that this could continue on, but no. After the massive over abuse of sound clips on this one from our wonderful, well, not our wonderful, their wonderful previous president, sitting there saying fake news, kind of lost interest. I've heard him speak over the last 4 years, and I just didn't want to hear it anymore. And just hearing this over and over and over again just made me shudder. It made me cringe. It made me go, he's still around. And I never really got that with previous albums. I mean, like, you had George W. on some of the stuff. You had other sound clips from other presidents. And it just didn't make me want to just claw my eyes out. Or have it feel like there was nails down a chalkboard. Just hearing that voice. It ruined the song for me. Even though it was really good. And I just had that first little bit of that sound clip over and over, it lost it on me. I actually had to go back and watch the video in order to get the meaning behind it and understand that there is a message within this song. But it was lost. It was lost because of those damn sound clips, and that actually kind of upset me. I would like to go on with Search and Destroy. I'm just going to say this. It shouldn't have been done. The original song that they actually covered was faster. It was more gritty. It had a lot of different oomphes to it that really made this a beautiful song. A solid song. The Ministry covered it and they slowed it down. They turned it into this mess of a song. And it got lost. It really got lost in the way they presented it. And I as much as I really wanted to have this become a good song, it brought back the nightmare of me listening to cover-ups. Their cover album that Ministry did, and that just, no. I'm not going back and revisiting that one. I probably should, because you guys would probably love to see the torture that I have with that album. But just, Ministry has got to stop covering songs. Plain and simple. They can do a couple, but this was not one of them. And dear God, that cover-up song, that cover-up album, just... Okay, I'm good. Let's just carry on, okay? Just carry on. This is where the album falls apart. The next couple of songs, Believe Me and Broken System, seem to make it into a true B-side. Now, most of the songs are usually lost on a B-side. It doesn't sound that great, and I understand why they would have done this, because they're just that. They're B-side songs. They've got some good riffs to them. They've got some decent stuff, but some of them just are lackluster. Believe Me it works. But it's there. And Broken System, it sounds like they took the lyrics, put it into a pool, and then mixed it in to the album after having it go through a speaker underwater. It's muffled, it's in the background, and it just doesn't have the oomph that it needs to make this song into something that you really, really would love to hear. And I really would love to have heard it with a little bit more power to it. But I mean, I'm just a reviewer. I'm sure you guys have different opinions about this song and probably about this album. I'm just one man. We Shall Resist is a filler song. That one just really, it had nothing but repetitive lyrics for the most part. And how can I put this? It would have come off better as an instrumental. It would have come off if they actually took some of the sound bites out of there, made it into an instrumental, sped it up a little bit, brought in We Shall Resist a couple of times instead of a few thousand times that I kept hearing it. And it could have been quite a bit better. But again, this is the way they want it, this is the way they had it, and this is just my opinion. And we're just going to move on before I start to repeat myself about this song. Death Toll. Okay. I'm going to use a strange word here, but that song is fun. Yeah, I said fun. It actually has a nice little repetitiveness to it. You hear a count of how many deaths there are.
The death toll is too high.
And then you have that minister, what was his name? That televangelist, Kenneth Copeland. You have some sound bites from that. And we've all heard the different music backgrounds that people have done to Kenneth's little speeches and whatnot. This is a fun little play on that. but with a serious message that this is not going away anytime soon, with the death toll rising. And as much as it's a fun little song, it's also got a very powerful message, which is honestly one of the strongest songs on this B-side. And it's catchy, it's fun, it works, and strangely it works. And I really wish it led into a better song. Because the last song we have on here is TV song number 6. Now I know they have different TV songs on different albums, and they do sound bites and whatnot, and they speed everything up, turns it into some sort of speed metal, and they make it into this powerful, powerful song. This was not it. I've heard worse TV songs from Ministry. I've heard some very, very realistically great songs, TV songs from Ministry. This one, it held it in the middle, but it was also going down a little bit because of the way it was presented. I mean, it was kind of like they turned around and said, okay guys, how are we going to end this album? What are we going to do? Let's do another TV song. Okay, let's do that. What should we call it? Well, TV song number 6. Right around the corner. Well, what does it represent? I don't know. We're just going to end the song that way. Yes, there is meaning behind it. And yes, Ministry has meaning behind all their songs. But this one, it was just sound clips, couple of lyrics, and then it was over in a matter of 3 minutes. And it just abruptly ended the album. Which, in a way, it didn't seem that bad. But when I first listened to it I was listening to it while I was driving around, and it ended, I was like, wait, that's it? That's all she wrote? That's all I got? That song seems kind of out of place where it is. Like, they just phoned this one in and said, okay, let's just throw the stuff on. We'll just put this here. We'll have lyrics of right around the corner, and we're done. It was pretty much, we need 10 songs on here. Let's put that there. Whatever. It works. Yeah. Call it a day. Let's go. And they left it at that. Overall, this album isn't bad. It's not great. It's in the middle. And I do enjoy listening to it, and I've listened to it about a dozen times right now while driving, and it's not a bad driving album. It has a good flow. And I didn't realize I was 4 songs in on some of the stuff when I looked down. I'm like, oh, I'm 4 songs in. Or when the album ended for the first time, oh, wait, the album's done? How many songs was that? Because the flow from one song to the other is really good. Like, they actually made it so that it would actually work well listening to it all at once. So there's that. The other song, like, the mixing, okay. There's a few songs that were phoned in, and it just didn't seem like Ministry was really interested in. But at the same point in time, it's not a horrible album. A lot of people think this is really bad for Ministry. This is Ministry we're talking about. These guys will throw out shit when there's issues in the world just to bring it to light, and I'm not opposed to that. I don't mind this album at all. It does flow really well. There is some good spots, there's some bad spots, and I'm giving this a 3 out of 5. I really hope that if you listen to it, give it a few listens. It does kind of grow on you, like it grew on me. I am hoping to do some more of these. I've got a few more things that I want to do, but till next time, I am Dan, aka the Western Canadian Reviewer, saying cheers. Stay metal, stay frosty, I don't know. We'll see you real soon. Thanks again for joining. And yeah, Ministry and their music.